no self, I think in order to understand this no self, and this is what I said before, the interpretive meaning and the definite meaning, I think you really have to have these two. I think in Buddhism, you can call this as a pedagogy of understanding of the knowledge, or methodology. So without this kind of methodology, then you can find sometimes Buddha saying, I was there, I was enjoying, I was having pain. Then all of a sudden he's no self. And he's contradicting right there, right? It seems. However, that doesn't mean that. No self means definitive, okay? Ultimately. So therefore, you have to know ultimately. He's saying, ultimately, if you think there is a self which is permanent, which is forever, which is something substantial, something, some kind of entity that exists forever, that kind of self doesn't exist. This is what he meant. Okay, so this means ultimate self, or absolute kind of self, or intrinsically existing self, or substantially existing self. If you think that such a self exists, that's wrong. These kinds of self doesn't exist at all. So this is what he meant by no self. But then, in other cases, like, I was there, I was, in my previous life, I was this and that, I will be born in the future, this and that. That is the interpretive meaning. Interpretive meaning, then it's the law of cause and the karma comes in. And also it means dependently arising. In the case of Buddha, of course, he doesn't depend on karma. He is beyond that. But, he can take rebirth in a certain place with all the things that, his own choosing. He has a willpower that he can be anything, born anywhere. This is the unique kind of quality of the Buddha. But this is also, we call it dependently arising. So when all the cause and conditions are present, then there is self. But what kind of self? You don't ask these kinds of questions, because that self, that kind of I, or that he or she, is just a designation given to a bunch of things put together. Temporarily, we gave this the name to it, and then it functions, and also it serves the purpose. But if you analyze it, then of course it doesn't have the intrinsic nature. It doesn't have the the substantially existing entity in it, nowhere. So therefore, it will fall apart. So therefore, right there, you have both. Self is there, temporary, or the conventional self is there without analyzing it. But there is no real self. There's no intrinsically existing self. So that means also no self is there. So this is how you look at it. This is the unique kind of Buddhist message that only Buddha has given, but no other teachers have been able to give it this way.